Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming this morning. My name is David Kraft. I'm honored to be your MC this morning. I'm a member of the Turning Points Board of Directors, and I'd like to welcome you to the third annual Turning Points Be the Key Breakfast. Since everyone here at Turning Points knows how dangerous it is to give me a microphone, although they didn't actually give it to me, which was a problem yesterday in rehearsal, I have to agree to be scripted and also to wear a shock collar, which is controlled by Kathleen. So if you see any strange movements out of me, hey, that was in the script. It was in there. It's possible I went off script. Okay, still. Moving on. It truly is my great honor to be here with you this morning, talk about Turning Points, the clients that we serve, our impact in the community, and how you can all be part of that. So I'd like to kick this off with a little story about how I came to be here this morning. Story is very, this is going to be tricky for me, so I'm not crying, you are. About 15 years ago, as the Great Recession was really digging in, my family and I moved to the Tallahassee area to do some ministry work. Great timing to do some self-funded nonprofit work, right? One Sunday morning, I was setting up for a service. I was putting some donuts and some orange juice and some coffee on a table on a sidewalk when a man experiencing homelessness approached on a bicycle. He rolled up and he said, "Good morning, Pastor. Could you spare a few dollars?" I said, "Let me show you something." So I took him in my office and I pulled out all the check registers for the church, my personal finances, all of it. There wasn't $10 in all of it. I said, basically, I put what I had left in donuts, coffee, and orange juice for this morning's service, so money can't help you. Donuts, coffee, and orange juice, help yourself. He's kind of nodded gently at me. We walked back outside. He got himself a cup of coffee and a donut. He's standing there on his bike. And he looked at me and he said, "Pastor, can I pray for you?" And feeling the specter of homelessness ever closer to myself, I was like, "You sure can. Absolutely. I'll take any prayers I can get." So he took my hands in his, and he prayed a powerful prayer over me, over my family, the ministry. And then he thanked me, and he rolled off. And I just stood there and I thought, wow. Even in his moment of need, he's still thinking of others. The lesson that taught me that day about the connectedness we share as humans, the thread that runs through every member of the human race, and the good that every person can offer another, it'll be with me for the rest of my life. And I am so grateful for those moments that we had together. So, I'm here this morning quite simply to be part of the solution, as I know you are all as well. And now I'll take a moment to recover. Again, I'm not crying, you are. It is my honor this morning to recognize some very important people that made this event possible. First, I'd like to thank our table captains for inviting all of you wonderful people. Here today to learn more about our work and mission to prevent and reduce homelessness in Manatee County. I'd also like to thank our partners who have already pledged their 5-year support as Be the Key Society members. We have 114 amazing individuals and couples who believe in the work that we do and want to keep Turning Points sustainable. Be the Key members, please stand. All you beautiful people. Thank you to the many elected officials and official representatives here this morning. We value and appreciate the support of these trusted community officials. Please stand to be recognized. More people on your feet. There we go. Gotta be quick. Come on. You have to be quick because Kathleen told me yesterday afternoon that there was 5 to 7 minutes worth of flex in the program, which I took to mean that I had an extra 5 to 7 minutes to just kind of do with what I please. Oh, okay, there's the shot collar again. Finally, a very important thank you to Aetna Medicare Solutions for being the title sponsor of this year's breakfast. This sponsorship allows every dollar raised today to go towards Turning Point's programs and operating support. Thank you so much, Aetna. Not only is Aetna supporting the event today, but they also partner with us by spending time on our campus every week, assisting and educating clients on their healthcare options. So now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Jeff Carlini, the Sales Director for Aetna Medicare Solutions. Jeff?
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure to be here today with y'all. I remember a few years ago when I came to this event, it was my very first time coming, knowing that CVS Health and Aetna Medicare Advantage plans was a big sponsor and promoter of all the things that Turning Point USA does today for its citizens, especially here in the Bradenton area. As David mentioned, Aetna Medicare Advantage plans, we're at your locations across the country, pretty much everywhere. But more importantly here on the western coast of Florida, helping you guys and do what you do best and supporting the community and the most vulnerable people out there every single day. So through our Aetna partners, our provider partners, companies like Archwell Health has a table here today. A lot of my friends are over there. We partner together to, once again, get out there in the community and promote the benefits that Aetna Medicare Advantage plans have offered to the most vulnerable people every single day. As you know, it's the annual enrollment period right now. We're towards the latter end of it. December 7th is the very last day to get your information for the 2024 benefits. Some of the things we're doing to help those vulnerable people out there are fitness programs, helping those individuals stay healthy. As you know, there's a lot of bikes over the Turning Point USA that we help to repair or to provide and give information around the Silver Sneakers program, which is a fitness club membership that absolutely, there's no additional cost above and beyond the benefits that we already offer. Through Silver Sneakers, if you're a pickleball player or if you're out there exercising or you're hiking, in 2024, we're going to be offering some benefits to help those people, once again, stay healthy by reimbursing them up to a certain amount of money every single year for fitness activities. Once again, staying healthy, making sure that people are eating right, they're exercising every single day. And you can find out more about those benefits through some of our representatives that are at the Turning Point tabletops on a daily basis. But it's our pleasure, once again, to sponsor you and these type events through your organization, and we're going to be doing this for a long time to come. So thank you very much, David.
He did mention eating right, which I assume includes lots of candy. Little inside joke there. Thank you, Jeff. What a great partnership. We really appreciate all that you do. This morning, our program is filled with amazing stories of courage and hope. We're grateful to all our special guests who have graciously and bravely offered to share their stories and Turning Point's journey with you. Let me introduce one of those special guests now. She's very sparkly over here. You may remember Nadine from last year's breakfast, where she shared her testimonial about her challenging medical diagnosis and the life-changing care she receives at the Turning Point's Medical Clinic. At the breakfast last year, she also personally joined the Be the Key Society. Today, she's here to share her beautiful voice. Please welcome Nadine Tahir Adams.
Good morning. I've heard you can take what's broken and make it whole again. So hear the pieces of my heart. What can you do with them? 'Cause I can't hold them all together anymore. So I've let them fall, surrendered to the floor. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of mercy and love, do what only you can do and make all things new. Only you can bring such beauty from the depths of all my pain. Only you can take my shattered heart and make it beat again. For you hold this soul together in your hands. I surrendered all I have and all I am. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of mercy and love, do what only you can do and make all things new. From the ashes, from the dust, I will rise up, rise up. Out of darkness into the light, I will rise up, rise up. From the ashes, from the dust, I will rise up, rise up. Out of darkness into the light, I will rise up, rise. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of mercy and love, do what only you can do and make all things, make all things new. Make them new.
Let's just keep going with that. I wasn't supposed to clap, but I, as you can tell, I'm not exactly one for the rules. Also, by the way, I gave up my 5 to 7 minutes of extra time that Kathleen gave me, and I want her to sing some more. Okay, so we're going to share a short video with you, give you a few minutes to finish your breakfast, if you haven't already, and then we will return to our program. You know, are all about making me cry. I know, I know everyone's enjoying each other's company because that was like a really loud moment because I actually didn't give you a few minutes to finish your breakfast after the video because we said 9:30 and we meant 10:15. Next, it is my honor to welcome Turning Point's Executive Director, Kathleen Kramer, to the stage. Off the stage.
It can be hard to see the humanity through the homelessness, but people's lives depend on it. I saw how drugs, violence, and trauma changed people that I love, and I saw them claw their way back from that because someone gave them a chance, and then another chance, and another. Not everyone in Manatee County has family who can or will support them through their darkest moments. But here in our community, they have Turning Points. I am here, our staff is here, our volunteers are here to give as many chances as it takes. You're going to hear me say people experiencing homelessness, because first and foremost, they are humans. They are humans going through the situation of homelessness. It's not who they are, it's what they are going through. People experiencing homelessness are college educated and illiterate. They are old, they are young, they are families. There is no one face of homelessness. An estimated 1,500 school-age children in Manatee County are experiencing homelessness, and that is the face of homelessness in our community. But let's talk about the picture that your mind conjures when we talk about homelessness. Older, dirty, sleeping on a park bench, doesn't have a job. I want you to understand that less than 20% of all people experiencing homelessness are chronically homeless. The unhoused population is like an iceberg. You may only see the tip of the iceberg, but the majority is invisible under the surface. Experiencing homelessness for years may seem like a choice, except that 18% of all chronically homeless individuals suffer from schizophrenia and 19% from bipolar disorder. That is not a choice. 53% of chronically homeless individuals suffer from traumatic brain injury. That is not a choice. And 100% of chronically homeless individuals suffer from trauma. Not a choice. Yes, I did say that 100% of people who have been homeless a year or longer suffer from PTSD. Did you get the gravity of that? 1 year of war will cause PTSD in 1 out of 3 people. 1 year of homelessness will cause PTSD in nearly 3 out of 3 people. My point is not to minimize the experience of soldiers. I have seen the misery caused by war-induced PTSD, and it is a hellscape. So what am I saying? We've learned about war-induced PTSD. Many people have realized that it causes real damage. Substance abuse, anger management issues, destroyed relationships, lost employment, anxiety. Does some of that sound like the worst conditions of homelessness? It should, because homelessness is war. We just haven't realized it yet. So the answer to the question, what do you do with individuals who are homeless by choice, is easy. A far more difficult and important question is, what do you do with people who are suffering from severe mental illness and trauma? So what about the other 80% of people experiencing homelessness? They're episodically or transitionally homeless. Something happened, and they find themselves living in a motel car or tent. Their kid got sick and they had to miss a lot of work, or their transmission died in their car and they had to pick transportation over rent. I promise you, they're just like you and me, and they are desperately looking for a way out of their situation. I know that the tip of the iceberg is what's visible, but I ask you, don't let the visible few shut down your heart to the many. In Manatee County, 165,000 people are struggling to make ends meet. 165,000 people. Nearly 55% of all children in Florida are living in households that are 1 paycheck away from facing homelessness. 1 missed paycheck. Preventing families from spiraling into homelessness is an essential part of the Turning Point's mission. Turning Point's prevention and diversion programs act as a resource when that 1 paycheck is missed. This year, our program provided over $2 million to our community in rental assistance to keep over 600 people in their homes. And I am proud to say that over the past 3 years, on average, 91% of those families have remained housed over a year. We kicked off our navigator program last year and added 2 staff navigators along with our volunteer navigator from Bring on the Ministry. And what a truly amazing experience it has been connecting people to community resources to help them become or stay housed. Over the past 10 months, 527 clients have been helped with thousands of services through our navigators. Everything from referrals, locating housing, negotiating with landlords, helping people enter rehab, enrolling families in school, job training, legal services, obtaining Florida IDs, birth certificates, and so much more. So you can imagine our navigators this first year have run their little feet off. But it's really incredible to see the successes. Successes like Bobby, 85-year-old veteran who had been sleeping on the streets in his motorized wheelchair for 2 years. He couldn't seem to get the help he needed until he met Melinda and Jessica. Today, they work tirelessly to help him, and today he is resting comfortably in an assisted living home. The thing that most excited him his first day there, drinking hot coffee out of a ceramic mug instead of a styrofoam cup. Let's talk about medical care. One of the biggest misconceptions is that with the passage of the Affordable Care Act, that everybody has insurance. Well, in fact, 2.5 million Floridians are uninsured. The Turning Points Health Center works tirelessly to ensure that our uninsured neighbors in Manatee County have access to outstanding and compassionate health care at no charge. That's primary care, mental health care, specialty care, pharmaceutical care, and dental care. Last year, we connected our patients with over $1.4 million in free pharmaceuticals, and our small but mighty dental team provided over $3 million in free dental care. When our patients win, our community wins. People with regular health care can remain employed, take care of their families, contribute to our community. The work we're doing sounds pretty incredible, right? It is, thank you. There's so much more to be done. Our dental clinic is bursting at the seams. Our wait time is 4 months, and we would need to triple the size of the dental clinic to meet the true need of our community. Our navigators, you heard it, they're getting great results, but you can imagine they're a bit overwhelmed. We need more navigators so that every person in crisis has someone to help them create a pathway to stability. We would love to take our medical clinic on the road to reach those neighbors in need who are not able to make it to us. And all that takes resources. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Doing this work is like trying to put out a wildfire with a garden hose and fighting my neighbors for the water. If we had more, we could do more. More staff, more space, more partnerships, more volunteers, more resources. So what can you do? Well, if you work in grant management, I beg you to make them multi-year grants. Because by the time we get rolling, we just get started, and it's the end of the grant cycle. We never have time to truly keep building and creating great outcomes. If you're considering making a gift to us or any organization, make it a multi-year pledge. $1,000 a year, $100 a year, it doesn't matter. Make it a multi-year gift so that we can all stop focusing on fundraising and keep focusing on helping people in our community. Help us grow our partnerships. We can't do it alone. Introduce us to people who have time to give, money to give, ideas to give, and a heart for sharing. I leave you with this. Cynicism is not wisdom. Hope is not naive. Compassion is not a weakness. If we want to heal the world, we must let go of our comfortable cynicism. We must accept that we can make a difference and let that drive us to act. I choose hope. Do you? Thank you. So now, The best part of the breakfast is when you get, it's the thing you all wait for. I know you come every year just to hear the incredible stories of the people that your dollars help and the stories of how you've changed their lives. And so we're going to start with a video, and then we'll be welcoming our guest speakers.
On numerous occasions, I've passed this place, seeing the people outside, never knowing what it was, until the turning point came in my life, and I had to turn in for my husband. My husband was diagnosed, his name was Nathaniel, with pancreatic cancer. And with that, our lives changed. Job situation, my job situation, back and forth to the doctors. It consumed a lot of my time. And when we came here, it relieved the stress of trying to pay our rent and some of our utilities. And this organization helped us out so much to where we didn't have to worry about that aspect of our life. My husband ended up dying 2 months ago due to the pancreatic cancer. I never thought that I would be in this position in my life.
After being homeless for quite a bit amount of time for a 63-year-old like me, an old guy, it was just such a blessing to walk in the door and come see David with the homeless veterans and talk with him. And he made me feel so comfortable. You know, he didn't stare at me or he didn't look down upon me. He made me feel like a comrade, you know, just right at home, just like a good old boy that I've known all my life. And then it's just such a good feeling now to have my own place, you know, and not worry about, am I going to get in trouble for trespassing or get vagrancy or, you know, have to get robbed or maybe even worse, you know, could possibly happen out there on the streets.
I had a job and was doing good in my life, and coming home from work one day, someone decided to run a red light and totaled my car and almost killed me in the process. So I lost my job, I lost my home, I basically lost everything. So I called 211 and found out about Turning Point and started coming here. I did the medical first because of course I lost my insurance when I lost a job. I was sick, I didn't, you know, I guess I was just like overwhelmed. I was sick, my knee was hurting really bad. My hip was hurting. I found out I was diabetic. I mean, they really checked me over and helped me, acupuncture and everything. So it was a big help to have the medical. I had surgery and everything, and you know, to lose everything, see your life put outside the road, and you know, you don't have your stuff. It's a hurtful feeling. It makes you feel depressed, hopeless, and you know, but I know that I'm still alive. God, I didn't die in a car accident, so I can make it. I found a way, and I found Turning Point. So
I am trying to improve my dental hygiene, and I'm really wanting to work on getting braces, and this is a major step for me. I've had a rough life, and my teeth kind of give me a reflection of that. So being able to come here and get treated very nicely and quickly and comfortably, I'm really excited. I haven't really had a lot to be excited about in my life in a long time. I was an orphan, so I don't have family. I didn't have dental care my whole life, and they were so nice to me and made me feel so comfortable that I've been excited to come to a dentist. You know, the dentist probably feels like she's just cleaning teeth and, you know, just helping the teeth out, but she doesn't know how much she's helping my heart out and all the history that goes in my teeth and all the comments and the, you know, even as a child. So she's changing more than just teeth. She's changing my life, so try not to cry.
I just love hearing these stories. And I would just like to state for the record that Kathleen cued me too early for standing over there. I knew the music was coming. Why does she worry about me? I don't understand. But I would like to welcome a fellow troublemaker to the stage, Randy Maddox.
Good morning. I'm prepared. I just want to start by saying that I had medical insurance for a majority of my life. 4 years ago, I had a job in construction. One day I slipped in the tub, caused a little teeny bruise on my ankle. Anybody here ever have a bruise? Well, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't think anything about it, but ended up I had a blood clot that formed. A few days later, I ended up in a hospital. I had a saddle pulmonary embolism. Blood clot got into both my lungs, caused a series of small heart attacks. Hospital said I was very lucky to get out alive. That day totally changed my life. I have permanent damage in my leg, affected energy levels, high risk of more blood clots, long list of things. No longer could I work in construction. No longer could I have insurance. I was working also as a photographer, and that paid just enough I made just enough to pay my bills. Really wiped me out both physically, mentally, ended up in deep depression, had hypertension, chance for more blood clots, really spiraling at that point. Never been a person that could ask for help or even accept help. I was able to get some mental health care from Centerstone. A doctor there referred me to Turning Points. I remember the first time I walked in the office, people were very welcoming. They had empathy. Most importantly, I didn't feel ashamed for needing help. Sorry. Sandy works in the office. She really stands out. She makes you laugh. She's exceptionally efficient. She really cares. The doctors, so not what I expected. In fact, they are actually the best doctors I've ever had. Dr. Day, Dr. Cohen, both extremely intelligent. They really speak with you. They listen. They help you actually find solutions, and they really care. They say it's because of their age, but I've had a lot of older doctors, and that's not it. They are no Dr. Cohen, let's put it that way. I'm also encouraged by the medical students that I've met. They're modeling really good habits, really good behavior, and the desire to really care. Without Turning Points, I wouldn't be able to get my medication, my prescriptions. I have prescriptions for inhalers so I can breathe, Eliquis so that I don't have any more blood clots, and a slew of additional medications. But just 2 of the prescriptions cost more than I make an entire month. Turning Point doctors also turn me on to WeCare for when I need additional procedures done. Now, not to sound corny, but it will. I really feel blessed that I've been introduced to Turning Points. Sorry. I appreciate someone cared. For those of you that have donated in the past or thinking about considering donating this morning, I just want to say thank you. You really made an impact on my life. Probably saved my life, so thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Randy, for making me cry once again. Amazing story. And thank you for sharing. Now, please welcome Turning Point's Care Navigator, Jessica Godfrey.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm Jessica Godfrey, and I'm the care navigator at Turning Points. I had the honor and privilege of assisting Dana Welch and her lovely daughter, Latasha Williams. Please join me in giving them a warm welcome. They're going to come up here and share their wonderful story with everyone. This is Dana.
Good morning, everyone. I am here to tell you that Jessica saved my life. She saw something in me and helped me when I needed it the most. I had many challenges for most of my life, but let me start when it all took a turn. It was Labor Day weekend 2022. I went to a Labor Day party, and I felt like things were finally getting back on track. But while I was at the party, I fell and I thought I had just tripped. I decided to go home. And while I was walking to my truck, I fell again. This time it took 3 people to get me up. I sat and rested for a little while, but just wanted to drive myself home so I could lay down. I got to my apartment, and after resting some more in my truck, got the strength to get out the car to go to my bedroom. I just collapsed on the bed. Then I couldn't move. My roommate was home, but she had her music on. I tried calling out, but my speech was slurred and I couldn't yell out. It was at that time I thought I was having a stroke. Even though I have trained as an LPN, I never thought that me at the age of 53 would be having a stroke. I have never been so scared in my life. After a while, I fell off the bed and was able to grab my phone. I was able to call my roommate to come help me. I spent about a month at the hospital and rehab trying to recover. My right side was still partially paralyzed. I still had speech problems and more issues from the stroke. I was released from the hospital but still needed physical therapy. I couldn't walk, speak, or think correctly, so I couldn't work. I grew very depressed. I was able to stay with family for a little while, but soon I ended up living in my SUV. My beautiful daughter, Latasha, was living in Tampa and working in retail while preparing for college applications. You see, she had a volleyball scholarship, but it was deferred because of the pandemic. She quit her job and moved back to Bradenton to care for me. She put her life on hold for me. We were living in my SUV and doing meal deliveries to get money for food and gas. At night, we stayed wherever we could be unnoticed. We covered ourselves up with blankets in the car. I wasn't doing any physical therapy. I was regressing. My walking and my balance got worse. I even fell out my truck one day. We started coming to Turning Point to take showers, get food, and to inquire about housing help. This is when Jessica saw us. Jessica came up to us and smiled. She told us we were beautiful. Now, I had not bathed. I looked horrible. She hugged us anyway. She did that. We sat with her and she listened to our story and said there was something she might be able to do. A week later, Jessica called me and said that I qualified for a disability voucher. And that Turning Points and Season of Sharing would be able to help cover the first month rent. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. People were always saying that they would help, but never come through. But Turning Points and Season of Sharing did. Jessica helped us fill out all the housing applications. She helped me get my Social Security card, and because I had lost mine, She helped us get all of our documents in order. She was amazing. This lady, I tell you, I love you.
I love you, Dana.
Yeah, I could not do it without her. So last month, Latasha and I moved into our own 2-bedroom duplex in Bradenton. Yes. When I tell you it is beautiful and it has such a big yard, I love it.
It's awesome.
Now I can focus on my health. I can go to physical therapy, which I did for the first time yesterday. And yes, yeah. I have come so far, and there is nothing stopping me from getting better. It's a miracle that I'm even standing here right now. And I thank God for that. I thank Turning Points, I thank Jessica, I thank Season of Shannon, I thank all of you. And now Latasha can go to college. She wants to be a physical therapist because of me. Because of me, she wants to be a physical therapist. So I want to say thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Turning Points, wherever you are. And thank you, Season of Shannon. I'm so blessed, and I thank you all. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you. I tried. Thank you. Thank you.
What a beautiful story, both Randy and Dana. I don't know how there's a dry eye in the audience, really. It's just amazing. So thank you so much, both of you, for sharing your stories. Let's have another round of applause for these folks. So good morning. My name is Mark DeHaan. I am the immediate past chair of the Turning Points Board of Directors. Even after completing my 9-year term, I could not just walk away from an organization that I am so passionate about and grew so much to love. I remained engaged as the chair of our development committee. My mandatory year off, I had to take away from that. Then I rejoined the board for a second term. I'm often asked, why Turning Points? I enthusiastically share that it's because of the amazing people we serve each and every day. Each of them with their own unique strengths and challenges. It's also because of the compassionate, dedicated, and talented professionals. And then there are the many army of volunteers that work with the staff to ensure that over 7,000 clients that we serve annually receive the critical assistance they need to improve their physical and emotional well-being. During my tenure, I have witnessed transformational growth in Turning Points. From the vast array of services that we now offer, to the expansion from the formation and expansion of our medical and dental clinic. This clinic provides free medical and dental services to the uninsured community members who have nowhere else to turn. It is all truly, truly amazing. When on campus, I purposely interact with as many clients and teammates as I can. I have personally seen people walk in the door with nowhere else to turn. and they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. They're desperately seeking someone to listen. I have seen how our team welcomes each of them with dignity and compassion, making every effort to evaluate their needs and assist however possible. Friends, this is not a small task and easy to accomplish. But Turning Point's staff puts in the work and does whatever they need to do. They are the very best. Turning Points, in a word, is amazing. I was first introduced to the organization in 2011 while Vice President and Community Development Manager for a financial institution. I was honored to be able to present a gift to the board of directors at that time. Since then, I have also made a long-term personal financial commitment as a founding member of our Be the Key Society. 3 years ago, we launched the Be the Key Society. This is a multi-year initiative allowing people to invest in the future of Turning Points by making a pledge of $1,000 or more each year for a 5-year term. A multi-year pledge helps us not start each year at zero. With the dollars committed, the team can focus on helping people, which is what they do best. I'm incredibly proud to also state that our overhead is only 6%, which means that 94 cents of every dollar we receive goes directly to programming. Not to mention, we also have a 4-star rating with Charity Navigator. Turning Points truly is best in class. Today you've heard about the work of Turning Points and met some of the amazing people. Now it is my privilege to ask you to consider making a financial investment to help support our day-to-day operations. The first level, Giving of Hope, is a pledge of $1,000 each year for 5 years, which is approximately $83 a month. With your gift, you can open doors by replacing a lost birth certificate for 20 people. A birth certificate is the first step in getting a Florida ID, obtaining housing, and employment. The second gift, the gift of compassion, is a pledge of $2,500 a year for 5 years, which is approximately $208 per month. The example of what a gift of this level would provide is a smile for 8 people each year through the Project Smile program. The third level is the gift of friendship. It is a pledge of $10,000 a year for 5 years. This would provide an entire year of housing assistance and wraparound services for a family struggling with homelessness. The fourth level, and last, is the gift of love. It is a pledge of $20,000 each year for 5 years. This level of giving would allow us to provide 214 individuals each year with life-saving medications they need to maintain health and lead better lives. You heard Randy's story today of how critical these medications are. The next line on your sheet is for those who prefer to give a different level. Please tell us what you would like to give and for how many years. Perhaps you want to give a gift of stock or something else, or maybe you just have ideas for us. Please check the box that says, I have other thoughts to share. If you are a current Be the Key Society member, please consider adding another year to your pledge or increasing your annual gift. Please know that whatever you give today, including the gift of your time by being here, we sincerely appreciate your support for the people we serve in our community. I'll give you a few minutes to finish filling out your pledge cards. When you're finished, please fold them in half and pass them to your table captain. Once again, I want to sincerely thank you for coming today. You've heard some amazing stories from truly awesome folks. We could not do this without you, so thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Mark, so much. And as we close, just one parting thought: 94 cents of every dollar goes to programmatic and support. That's a really strong admin rate. So we're very proud of that. So thank you, Mark. Thank you, Randy, Dana, and Latasha. You all are so brave for sharing your stories with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We wish you and your families all the very best. I want to thank the Turning Point staff, board of directors, volunteers, METV, and table captains for all the time and energy they gave to make this wonderful event possible. Most importantly, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here this morning. Giving is not just about making a gift, it's about making a difference. Thank you for joining us in this important work, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.